is emotional intelligence? Why is it important? And is it going to help me in the next year? Well, I'm answering all of those questions and more in this video. Hello, my name is Sarah and welcome to or back to Sarah Refined. Here we discuss self-development and learning how to live with intention. I do have one quick note at the very end of this video, so if you would like to stay tuned for that or skip ahead to that. Besides that, let's get into this video. There are 5 areas that I like to discuss when it comes down to self-development or personal growth, things like that. And I'm going to be touching on all of them in the next few weeks, hopefully throughout the month of January. Today we are starting with emotional development. So first of all, what is it? Emotional development refers to the ability to recognize, express, and manage feelings at different stages in life, and to have empathy for the feelings of others. Now, why is it important that we have an emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is how we develop our self-control. It's how we learn to express our feelings with words. That includes listening and paying attention, taking pride in our accomplishments, and it also helps us develop a positive self-image as well as allowing us to ask for help when needed. Emotional intelligence has 5 key elements or 5 characteristics, and those are self-awareness, self-regulation or self-control, motivation, empathy, and social skills. How does emotional intelligence or emotional development help us? As children, emotional development happens when we start learning how to express our feelings with words, like I mentioned before, learning how to communicate without expressing anger and frustration. And as it's developed, we also learn how to have empathy for others. As adults, these lessons can translate into having patience with coworkers or becoming a better leader and a teacher. And most importantly, our emotional intelligence is what allows us to have conversations with those that we might disagree with or who might be difficult to speak with. Some argue that it is better to have a higher EQ, an emotional intelligence, than it is to have a higher IQ. And to me, this makes sense because people can be so smart and so educated and very intelligent, but if they lack the social skills or the self-awareness to get that information across to everyone else, then what good is that information sitting in one person's head? No one's listening. Social skills, self-awareness, and self-control are all huge factors when it comes to getting other people to listen to you, never mind trying to get them to like you and agree with you. The main way we learn how to develop our EQ is when we're children, and that's when the adults around us are teaching us how to name our feelings, show empathy, practice self-control, and develop problem-solving skills. For all of these, we need that one last skill, motivation. We learned from the adults around us, but not all of us have the greatest examples. So that means that as adults ourselves, we might need to relearn and reteach and reparent ourselves these 5 key elements of the emotional intelligence. From what I've seen in 2020, there are many adults who are lacking at least a little bit of self-control, perhaps some social skills, and definitely some self-awareness going on. Not to mention empathy. We saw great amounts of empathy from a lot of people this year, but then there's a lot of others who just don't care whatsoever. I think that it's always a good idea to just go back and take a look at your emotional intelligence and see what spots are you actually lacking in. It's still a muscle that needs to be trained, and you can always grow it, you can always improve it. As we go into this new year of 2021, a lot of us are hoping it is going to be so much better than the last 12 months. Many of us this year lost our jobs, got furloughed, fell into debt, and maybe some of us even lost friends and family. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Our emotional intelligence is what allowed us to survive this year, and not only that, but make it through as better people. I hope as you're planning out your New Year's goals, resolutions, vision boards, whatever you like to do, take stock of the 5 characteristics of your emotional intelligence and see where you might need some more practice. Write a note for yourself every month or every quarter if you'd like, and check in with yourself, see if you're living up to it. Maybe you need to practice empathy, or perhaps it's self-control. I know for myself it's going to be motivation. I am definitely lacking motivation these days. So that's all for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. And now for that little surprise announcement that I mentioned earlier. If you are watching this on the upload day of December 29th, 2020, then you are one of the very first people to know 2 things. 1, I am starting a new channel that is going to be mostly vlogs and lifestyles, because 2, I am pregnant. If you're watching this on the day I upload, I am just over 13 weeks pregnant. It has been quite the roller coaster of trying to film videos and keep the vomit down and keep my energy levels up, but I'm making it through. And one of the things I've always wanted to do is have just like a lifestyle vlog channel. So there will be a link down below for that if you are interested, but it's probably not for everyone because it is going to be very pregnancy, maternity, and motherhood related. Now that that is all done, I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy your New Year's Eve, even though it's probably gonna be very lackluster this year. And I will see you back here next Tuesday. Remember that when you improve yourself, you improve the world. Bye.